Yeah, I'd like to bring the Town of Wappinger Zoning Board meeting, July 25th on order. B, can you roll call, please?
Mr. Delacorte?
Here.
Mr. Vaughn?
Here.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes, here. Chair, okay.
Chair.
Yeah. First order of meeting is accepting agenda from last meeting. Did everybody get a chance to review?
The minutes, yes.
Minutes, yeah. Did you,
Yes.
any question, any correction? No?
A motion to accept.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Second, okay, please go, all right. Public hearing, first item, appeal number 237798, area variance for 33 Middle Bush Road, seeking an area variance under section 240-37 of district regulation in R2040 zoning district. Number one, there 75 feet to a county road front yard property to the property line is required. Applicant can provide 29 feet for reconstruction of demolited building structure for contractor storage. This resulting variance of 46 feet. Second, 50 feet to the rear yard property line is required. The applicant can provide 39 feet for reconstruction of dilapidated building structure for contract storage, thus requesting variance of 11 feet. This property is located at 33 Middle Bush Road on a total of 1.75 acres and is identified as tax grid number 6157-01-396837.87 acre and 6157-01-414840.88 acre in the town of Wappinger. Are you? Yeah, I'd like to open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion, or I'll second the motion, open the public hearing. Make a motion, open the public hearing.
Okay, make a motion.
I'll make a motion, open the public hearing.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Second. Yes, can you identify yourself and your address?
I'm the engineer for the applicant,
Okay.
Troy Wojciechowski. I'll just give you a quick rundown and a quick rundown for the public. This project was previously before your board for a use variance a couple years ago. That was to allow a low-intensity contractor storage use for this building. It's an existing block building right here on Middle Bush Road, just east of here on the north side. It's existing block building in pretty rough shape. So as you can see from the rendering and from the site plan, the proposal is now to remove that existing building rather than renovate it. Since your board issued the use variance and the planning board issued a conditional approval, a structural review was done of the building that determined that it was no longer feasible to renovate the building. So therefore, we're going to demolish this building and reconstruct a new building in the same exact footprint. So with that, it's kind of a technical issue that we now have to come before you for the area variances for the front yard setback as you described and the rear yard setback. Here we have the site plan that's currently before the planning board. That's essentially the same as the site plan that received the conditional approval, but we are currently before the planning board as well for an amended approval. That's all I really can say to this.
So before we go too much ahead, I'd like to say today in the meeting we are only 3 members, not full house. So that means all 3 has to be anonymous about that, or you can wait for next when we are full board.
Okay.
So that's your choice, and then we can proceed.
Okay.
So like to proceed, continue on, or want to, before we vote especially?
would it be possible to close the public hearing and delay the vote of the board to the next meeting?
Other board member may not able to vote if they are not part of public hearing. So I think I cannot close the public hearing until full
Yeah,
vote.
we would adjourn until the next meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
We can adjourn it.
Okay, can we receive public comment today if we do it?
Sure, we can do that, yes.
Okay.
Right, that's fine.
I did ask my client. Oh, okay, he did get back to me. He'd like to push it off, adjourn it to next meeting.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully we have a better showing, I think, but if we could receive the public's comments tonight, that'd be great.
Yeah, we can do that, yes.
What's the date of the meeting, B, for the next meeting?
The 8th.
No,
Oh,
August
24th.
22nd.
22nd.
August 22nd.
Oh, we did go
The use of the building is going to be contractor storage.
Correct.
So the only concern I have with the closeness of the building to the road is that first garage. Like, are you anticipating there being kind of large trucks going in and out of that frequently, where they're going to, block the drive, potentially back up traffic into the road?
No, I don't, the site doesn't have the maneuverability for large trucks, tractor trailers. We've routed like a FedEx type truck, Amazon truck through the parking area. So it really can't hold, a larger vehicle than that. And
Do
it's gonna
you need that many garages? I mean, can you eliminate the first one and get away with the back four?
I don't think so. I can talk to the applicant, especially since we're adjourning this. But I think the intention was that the 4 doors would be necessary for the use. But again, it's my understanding that it's not a real in and out kind of use. We have restrooms there for employees, but we don't see it as like a contractor's yard with just a lot of traffic and trucks idling, on the shoulder of Middle Bush. That's not gonna happen. It's really kind of a low-intensity contractor storage use.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that would be my concern, right? Because if you have one truck, at that garage loading, you've kind of blocked the whole
Yeah.
drive in, right?
Right, yeah, I don't think that would ever occur here with the type of use proposed.
I personally would be more willing to approve it if that first garage bay is gone, if that's something you can run past the owner.
Okay, yeah, I can certainly.
Good thought.
That would change the variance, though, wouldn't it?
You want to change
Yeah,
anything?
no, right.
It would be a condition.
Condition, right? For the way.
Yeah, the footprint would still remain the same.
Footprint will remain the same. It just won't be a garage?
There just wouldn't be a door there, so you wouldn't
I got
potentially
it.
have a truck, blocking,
Front.
opposite those handicap spaces.
Yeah, understood.
Okay.
Yes.
The other thing, sorry, Troy.
Call me Troy.
I was looking, I didn't see, we were out there the other day, it was a little bit overgrown in the back, so difficult to get back there, but I didn't see where the 11-foot variance in the rear was. I didn't see anywhere on the documentation. The only thing that I saw was, did you see it, Dave?
Yeah, that's this guy. So this corner of the building here.
And why does it say 39?
Because he's 50 is required, so it's an 11-foot difference.
Variance of
He's
11.
required right, 39 feet.
Oh, okay, I see, okay, thank you. And Troy, the last question for me.
Sure.
The artist rendering is beautiful. Is that Middle Bush Road going by the front there? Just out of curiosity? Is that what that's supposed to be?
It's supposed to be that, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody from public has any comments? Yes, okay. Yeah, move ahead and identify yourself and your name, please.
Tim Stinson, 12 Camilli Drive. Just want to know, does the zoning board know that the wetlands drain into the storm drains and then go down into the creek? Do you know that?
What was your street again?
Wetland.
12 Camilli Drive.
Okay, Camilli, okay.
Just-
So that's an issue that will be taken up at the planning board with the
Okay.
stormwater management practices.
Okay, just making
This
sure.
board is strictly for the area variances.
Okay. Now, all right, so the landscaper variance, that doesn't count here either.
That will also be taken.
Now, was that given back in?
So they're at the planning board. They came here, they need these variances because
Okay.
they're taking the building down.
Okay,
Had they not taken the building down, it's a legal non-conforming.
right, but I just.
They, when they're done here, they go back to the planning board where they look at lighting, landscaping, stormwater, aesthetics, everything that you'd be interested in.
All right, just I need to know if they were given that condition employment, zoning, I mean, back then, 17.
What do you mean in 17?
Well, in 2017, Mr. Horan said that contractors are in a different classification as landscapers.
They never actually signed the final.
Okay,
And,
that's,
and
okay.
at that time, the condition was there would be no outdoor storage of any materials,
Mhm.
so that at the end of the day, you shouldn't see anything but the
Okay.
building. And
Alright.
during the day, the contractors would be going in, I assume, picking up their material and.
All right, and does he know what's going in there?
Well, it'll be
Does that mean-
rented to that's what it is. They're
Well,
use
you put
variances
out-
for contractors.
He put out feelers, so he should have some kind of input on whoever wanted to rent from him.
Right,
does
but
he
it's
have the
not
sign?
rented, so,
Well, he put out feelers on that sign. It's been, it was out there for months. I just want to know if he got anyone interested in renting.
again, probably more at the planning board when they get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay.
They can answer all your questions and, or make them
All right,
conditions.
and what about zoning with propane next to the school?
I don't know that propane's being,
How do you don't know because
right,
you don't know what's going in there.
right.
So shouldn't we find that out
So
first?
those will be conditions, again, at the planning board if they allow
Zoning
it.
doesn't have any say in,
This is the ZBA, they're here strictly for
right, no, I understand, there's
variances.
no zoning for a propane tank
No.
next to a school?
No, I
Interesting.
mean, they'll have the setbacks, and I can look into that with the fire inspector, but I think not.
Yeah. Okay.
But Fire Prevention Bureau will be looking into all of that and making, whatever's not allowed, it will be clearly
Right.
marked.
And then trucks parking outside, that's a planning board question too.
Al, do you remember if trucks were allowed, I think trucks were only allowed to be parked inside the building?
That's correct, no parking outside, no
Right.
outdoor storage, no parking outside in the evening.
And
Correct.
I thought I remembered when he had the plans in 17, he was allowing tractor trailers to go in and out.
I don't think they fit.
No, he did mention
So
something.
we were asked, I was the architect to the board, Al Capelli at the time, I'm no longer the architect of the project. One of the board members, planning board members, specifically asked us to increase the amount of blacktop area for my chagrin.
Right.
Hold on one second, hold on one second.
I'm sorry.
Start all over, Al.
Stop. Identify.
Al Capelli, the former architect for 33 Middlebush Road. At the planning board meeting, we were requested, at the expense of additional blacktop, to provide a vehicular movement for, in fact, a large tractor-trailer facility. I tried, a truck. I tried to argue, I'm taking away green for blacktop for the rare occasion that there will be an oversized truck, but it was one of those, you either give it to us or you're not getting it approved. So we came back, there was a drawing prepared showing, I forgot what size tractor-trailer to come and not having to make any K-turns, literally pulling in and circumnavigating the entire parking lot and being able to pull out back onto the main road. So that was what it was back in 17 or 18 or so. Yep. So again, that plan is a matter of record. In the file, you'll see that vehicular movement plan, and so that was in fact done.
Thank you. So that was the question.
Thank you, Al.
So then I have a question of the zoning for idling of tractor trailers. That's another thing we have to worry about. If they get there at 6 in the morning and the guy doesn't show up until 8.
So the noise ordinance is 7 to 7 during the week. So, but we do get complaints, and then we deal with the contractor.
Okay, that's
That
fine.
they'll be that we notify them, and
Shouldn't we
then
have that already, you know, there's some
that would,
stipulation that says they have to follow the rules of the town code?
that would be at the, that would be in the final approval.
Planning board again.
It is, unfortunately,
No, that's fine.
all
That's
of
fine.
that is within the planning board's purview,
That's fine.
not this board's.
I know.
So-
Okay.
And it sounds like I keep saying no, but
No, I understand.
that's the board you need to come to.
Right, but
No
that's not
question.
ready yet. So that's what happened in 2017. I kept being
Right.
told planning board. Okay, thank you.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
That's my rendering, by the way, Tom. You ever said.
I can't confirm that.
Should
very
have asked
nice.
you, what's that road in front?
So anybody from board member has any questions now? You have one?
I have no. Should we make a motion to adjourn
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting for next,
the public hearing?
public hearing for the next August 22nd.
Second?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Julian Morgan seeking an area variance, section 240-37 of district regulation in R20 zone district, where 40 feet to the rear property is required. The the applicant can provide 27 feet for construction of 16 by 32 in-ground pool. This is requesting variance of 13 feet. The property is located at 12 Fox Hill Road on 1.0 acres and identified as a tax grid number 6257-01-403820 in town of Wappingers. Today we have only 3 members, so it's not full. So it's your choice. We can proceed to public hearing and voting, or we can wait until we have next time when we have full board meeting.
I would like to proceed.
Proceed, okay. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more about you, why you want, what you want, and, oh, yes, thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Like to make a motion to open the public hearing?
Second?
Okay. Okay. Identify yourself and what you need, why you need, just repeat again.
Yes, good evening to the board. My name is Julius Morton. I'm the property owner at 12 Fox Hill Road, Wappingers. I'm appearing tonight to discuss, again, a request for variance for the installation and construction of an in-ground pool on the property. Originally, we had requested a variance of 13 feet. 40 feet is required on the rear of the property, and we had originally requested for a variance of 13 feet as we could provide for 27 feet. But looking at how the pool was plotted on the survey, and then looking in actuality where it is on the actual property, my wife and I feel that the pool is located too close to an existing patio area. And in the efforts of, in the efforts of trying to create a safe surrounding around the pool, we feel that the pool needs to be repositioned closer to the rear property line. That would not affect either neighbor on the side of the property. The town owns the property to the rear of the property line, so the town would be the only tenant, so to speak, that may be affected by moving the pool closer. So we were now requesting a variance of 23 feet, where we can provide 13 feet.
Yeah. Mhm. So you're asking to buy 5 feet or 4 feet more, right?
Yes, we'd like to amend our request from a variance of 13 feet to 23 feet.
Right.
And that's an increase of 10 feet.
Oh, 13 to 20, oh, I
To
see.
23, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Anybody from audience has anything, any opinion, any comments? No? Okay.
So
Anybody?
we're gonna need a
So,
new
yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Before we
So,
proceed.
and we discussed that in my office.
Correct.
So we'll need a new plan so that I can change your denial.
Correct.
And you'll need to republish
We'll republish.
for the August meeting because the variance is becoming larger. So the neighbors need to know that.
Correct. Yes, and we have no problem with that.
So we'll have to adjourn the meeting until August 22nd, which is the next meeting, and meanwhile have to go through. So, yeah.
So two things need to happen. This board needs to adjourn this, because this is a public hearing, to August 22nd, and then to also motion to have this republished. You don't have to reset the public hearing, because you have one.
Okay.
But B will have to do a new public hearing notice, but we have a few weeks, so I need that new survey as
Yeah,
soon as possible.
absolutely.
Once I receive that, I'll re-deny it with the new numbers. B will give you the new public hearing notice,
Okay.
you know the drill, and then we can speak to the new numbers on August 22nd.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn this public hearing until August 22nd.
Yeah.
Second?
All right, so
Aye.
moved. Okay.
And then we need to make another motion to, what was that again?
To have the applicant republish
So-
in the newspaper with the new numbers.
I'll make a motion that the applicant, Mr. Morton, republishes for the newspaper for the August 22nd meeting.
I would second that.
Thank you.
And just as a comment, you know, it is a substantial change from what you previously had.
Yes.
Just be prepared that, you know, we may request that it be somewhere in between those two numbers, you know, what you previously had and what you have now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
It would be useful to have in your mind, you know, a minimum you would be willing to accept.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. But it is a safety issue, though, that we're kind of making this decision on. We all know how pools collect a lot of things around them, and just having a wider area
Sure.
walk through with that retaining wall, between the pool and that retaining wall, we feel more comfortable with that safety.
More
amendment.
space.
Yeah, more space, correct.
Understood.
All right, thanks. Yeah. See you on 22nd, right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The next item is agenda public hearing from last one. Castle B. Bezilo, seeking an area variance, section 240-37 of district regulation in an R20 zone district, where fence in front yard can have maximum height of 4 feet. The applicant is requesting height of 6 feet along a 2 street, thus requesting variance to allow a 6-foot fence along Robert Road and Spook Hill Road. The property is located at 15 Spook Hill Road on 1.03 acres and is identified as tax grid number 6257-01-003924 in town of Wappinger. Okay.
We need to reopen.
Can reopen the public hearing?
I'll make a motion that we reopen Mr. Barzalo's public hearing.
Second?
Yes, I think we met a couple times. Can you identify again for records and just say again why you need it, what you need?
Sure. My name is Edwin.
Yep.
I'm here again to discuss the 6-foot fence along Spook Hill Road and also Robert Road. We currently already have a 6-foot fence along Spook Hill, so that portion is also part of the variance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So last time we talked about couple items. Do you have to take care of it? Is it done? Is it taken care of? Like some of the debris was a concern, and there are a couple items we identified.
I think debris and the porta potty.
Party, right?
Correct. So the porta potty was moved. Only today, as I emailed the inspectors on Tuesdays, is when they are cleaned. And there's a bin that is blocking where we were told to move the porta potty. So we had to move it back to its original spot to get cleaned today. That's the only thing that we did move back to where it was today. But apart from that, the debris has been cleaned.
So it was not done last week. It was done
No,
Today?
today's Tuesday?
Yes, right.
I'm saying that the bin is cleaned on Tuesday, so we have to move it on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a large bin, a 30-yard bin that is blocking where we positioned it, and the vehicle that comes to clean it, they can't enter and clean it in that position. So it's our responsibility to move it, for they can actually clean it and maintain it.
Do you have an idea of the time frame for like construction of this property? It's been under construction a very long time.
Yeah,
Like,
like
what's your guys' schedule? Like, what's the game plan to get this finished?
Like I mentioned last time, we were anticipating to finish last year rather, but there were delays in applications and other instances, so I really can't give you an exact deadline. I mean, we're obviously working as fast as we can to get things done and working around the inspection schedules and such, so I can't give you an exact timeline, but like I mentioned last time, and we hope to have the house completed by hopefully the end of this year.
So it started sometime last year, right?
So
Or
we
year-
started in April of last year, yes,
Yes, yes.
April 22.
Oh, okay. So it's more than a year.
But the house in particular, that permit was given to us, I think, November 15, we submitted the application, so I think we got the permit a couple months ago, like in February or so, in terms of the house.
Edwin, it's come to our attention that we asked you to do more than just move the porta potty. There was a large collection of debris all over the yard,
Right. Mhm.
really detrimental to the other neighborhood, the property, looking at it, and we had asked you to, if we wanted to move forward, to please clean that up.
We did.
Well, we've seen,
So Edwin, I was out today. In fact, someone at the site was filming us, so we were out. And behind your house, and we're getting complaints, there is a huge, I have a picture on my phone, pile of debris, pipe, wood, and a blue tarp was thrown over it. That's not cleaning it up, and that's not fair to the neighbor behind you.
So that's not debris. None of that is debris. That is all tools and equipment and material for the house. We can't put material in there because inspections, they have to look at everything in the structure, so we can't block anything in there.
Okay,
Just
I won't
to-
debate it with you, I'll stop by the site, but if it is just wood that's being thrown off as you're cutting it, and I understand it's a construction site, but you're kind of in a fishbowl, and as we heard the last time, neighbors came out, and it's been a really long time. I would ask that your workers take anything that is in tools, that's wood, pipe, and take it and put it up somewhere near the garage on the other side, so that it's not visible, not only to that neighbor, but to anybody coming up Robert Road. It's just been there a long time.
So, can you, I guess, give us more direction? Because when we had things in front of the garage, that was also a concern. So like, we don't, unfortunately, the property, since it's been cleaned up front, it's very visible, obviously, from both angles. So we're very limited, as I expressed before, with even the porta potty, that it's too visible in the street. And we don't have many options of where to put it, because we don't have another driveway adjacent to the house. We don't have to put it all the way down by Roberts Road, where it's, like, we have unfortunate limitations as to where we can put things. We try to obviously put things where we can and store things where it's easier, but the garage is not near the house, and transporting that all the material every day, it's further delaying,
Sure.
our stuff, so.
I'll come out with Dan, one of the building inspectors, and we'll see what we can do to work with you, but to relieve the neighbors of the blight that, from their point of view, they're looking at. How about that?
Okay, I think that works, just so we can hopefully, because this is now, I think, the fourth, or I lost track of how many times I've come for a fence. So, it's becoming like a little, difficult to keep coming just for a fence meeting and hearing that we have to further delay, just for other little things that I feel that, we can either address in a faster manner, because it's delaying more to get the house done, because we want to finish too. Like, it's not like we want to continue working on this. We want to get this done as quickly as possible, and if we can't, for whatever reason, have the fence, part of the vision of it, like that's acceptable also.
Yeah, understand, but I think the last time discussion was you will take care before the meeting. Taking care last day and reporting is just done today. There's no way town inspector can verify just minute before the meeting.
No, we,
So that's why it's supposed to be last week.
no, we did
And
move
the-
it up. Today I emailed the inspector, like, that officially we had to move it back to where it was not supposed to be because they come on Tuesdays. I didn't email him last week, so I wanted to make sure I let them know, because I don't think you guys knew that they come once a week to clean that. So that we did move that stuff, the
Last-
porta potty, we moved that.
Last Tuesday or this Tuesday? Today?
No, today I moved it back,
Today,
but when
right.
we.
So not last Tuesday.
No, last Tuesday, it was already moved. I'm saying that every Tuesday, we have to move it back to the driveway where it was not, where it was an issue. And we put it where Dan, because Dan came out to do an inspection, and I asked him, like, where do you suggest we put it? Because anywhere we put it, it's visible, because the concern was that it was visible. So we were trying to figure out, like, where
Okay.
can
Yeah,
we put it?
the fence shouldn't be delaying the house. If anything, I would think it helps.
Right.
Well,
Because you
no,
guys
no,
can
no.
focus on the house and the debris associated with the house, which is
Well,
the
we
thorn
feel-
at all your neighbor's side.
We feel that, like, you know, the issue of seeing everything that it's a mess, it's this, it's that, it's like, on Roberts Road in particular, like, that's, you know, very open as well, and if you stay there, you literally see everything. Like, a 6-foot fence would also, or any fence actually, not just a 6-foot, would assist in also not, I guess, being drawn to that, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, I've spoken to the neighbor on the other side over there, and, you know, he's mentioned that he's seen that house like that for a long time. So he's not too concerned, but I'm sure everyone has different opinions. But
I think everyone will be happy once it's done and
I know.
beautiful and your vision. We just want to make sure you get there quick.
I'm not the only one, I know.
We have a limited board tonight. We
So
can
I
vote,
understand.
but one no vote means that you're not getting the fence. I wanted to-
So you want
Yeah.
to go move ahead with 3 members? Your choice, or wait for next time when we have full board?
I would probably wait for all 5, just, I guess, to be fair, I guess. I'd wait till next time,
Oh, you will, okay.
yeah, to do a formal vote.
So next meeting will be August 22nd. So we reschedule you that time again. And meanwhile, anybody from public have any comments?
I'll
Not
make a
this time.
motion that we adjourn
Yeah, okay.
again
Yes, so. we'll
till
ma-
August 22nd.
Okay.
Second?
Okay, it's okay, so you can go and we'll meet
And
22nd.
I'll have Dan call you to set the appointment for us.
Okay, all right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
The next item, this is for under discussion. Appeal number 23-700, area variance, Christopher's and Shirley DeCicera, seeking an area variance, section 240-37 of district regulation in R2040 zone district, where 25 feet to the left side property line is required. The applicant can provide 1 foot for the construction of 12 by 24 shed, thus requesting variance of 24 feet. The property is located at 455 Ollinger Hill Road on 0.69 acres and identified as a tax grid number 6357-30-1510-1049 in the town of Wappinger. Can you identify yourself and your address and for record?
Good evening. My name is Chris DeCicera. My address is 455 All Angels Hill Road, Hopewell Junction, New York.
And tell us a
And
little
to
bit
tell us what you
Okay.
want, why you want.
It's obvious I want 24 feet of setback. I had the same situation with my pool deck. My pool deck, well, the pool deck is only a foot off of the property line. So I wanted to just continue that property line, put my shed there. Because I have a permit in that I'm redoing my basement, that's already been approved, and my garages. And I have a lot of tools and a lot of stuff. So that's why I wanted to build a shed. And I don't know if you've been out there, but you see my property line on the left, there's a lot of woods So I guess that's why it was granted the last time. It's not like the house of the person is right there off the property line. So that's what I'm asking for, to get like the same yes as I did for that.
So you have any other structure on the property?
I'm sorry?
Any other structure, building, anything? other than
My house is there, and then there's a slab
slab and
that I use for my lawn chairs and stuff for years, and now I want to put a shed because I'm finishing.
Oh, so we
So I
all,
have to get the stuff out of my basement
Right.
and my garage to put there. And I have a lot of tools because I've been doing carpentry forever. So it's just, that's why I need.
Do you have a more up-to-date site plan than this guy, or is that the most up-to-date you have?
Yeah, that's the one I keep giving with all my permits, like I gave it with my other permit for the basement.
You have a pool somewhere on this then, also?
Yeah. Yes, I have the pool. I have that, that should be on record as well, because I got that through here as well, like, and it shows where the pool is and everything like that. My drawings, I don't know, I mean, you gotta be able to access that, right? Like, the permit for the pool and all that, because that shows exactly where it is.
so when pool was installed?
When was the pool installed?
Yeah.
I mean, installed? I want to say like 2007 in that area. I'm not
Oh, so-
100% sure.
So it's very recent and not like early to 2000.
No,
Right.
no.
So what are you measuring off of to determine the location of the shed?
The survey's been there forever. And on the left side,
So you have a line surveyed?
yeah, the survey's been there for,
Okay.
when I bought the house, that was like one of the stipulations of me buying, so I knew exactly what was going on and where it was. So that's how they were able to determine
Right.
how I was off a foot. But the pool, it's weird, the property line are on an angle, that whole area, they're all on an angle, so you think you're looking out into your yard, and it's not your yard, it's the neighbor, so it's weird. But it's not, like I said, it's all woods, so I really wouldn't be affecting anyone. That's why I guess they gave me for the pool, because it doesn't really affect anybody.
So you have survey and you have a line stick in the ground?
Yeah,
So what we like to do is normal is we will visit Saturday before the next meeting.
okay,
And that time if you can mark the property line and said location so we can see that and then we'll meet again.
okay.
Right? So Saturday, August 19th. So
So,
Saturday,
I'm sorry, there's a bigger issue. You can't grant a variance to a structure 1 foot from the property line. It has to be 5 feet minimally, that's the
Okay.
standard.
yeah, I think we'll go through that.
Right,
and
but I just want
So
you to be
minimum
aware
5 feet,
and
right.
for the,
But isn't the pool the same, I mean, like the deck, because my deck was only a foot off. Are they consider a deck a structure or no?
your pool is only a foot off the property line?
My deck, my pool deck is only a foot off of the property line.
And they
I'm
gave
honestly
you-
kind of surprised you got a variance for
And
that.
they gave you a
Yeah.
variance
Yeah.
to that?
Yeah.
I'll have to dig that out.
Yeah, right,
It
we need to
definitely got
verify
it, because
that.
I
No, I
wasn't
know
able
you
to
had a
go, yeah, I wasn't
variance.
able
I
to go
remembered
forward with the
you.
project
Yeah.
without the
No, I
permission.
remembered that. But again, a deck is low to the ground, and a shed is gonna be 20 foot high to the top of the,
Right.
it's a lot bigger structure, but I will pull that
How-
back.
How
And
high is,
also the property
how high is your deck?
to the top of the,
Is it an in-ground pool, or is it?
no, it's an above ground, so the top of the railing, I want to say like 8 feet, something like that, you know? But if you come out, you'll see the property.
Yeah, I think we'll
It's-
want to visit and see it
won't really-
physically.
It doesn't affect
Right.
anybody.
And
like-
meanwhile, we do homework about finding the previous approval and see what happens.
Yeah, okay.
What happens.
So Barb, how do we move forward if his,
But you can always give less. You can't give more, and he has no more to give, so it's not like you can,
Right,
but you
right.
said the structure can't be closer than 5 feet.
yes, that's why I'm very shocked that if we gave him a 1 foot variance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but now
that's
how
the
do we-
next time.
We can't do it again, right? Or-
I know, that's why I wanna look it up, and we have a month, so.
Right. So right now, we
I will
can
send the
move.
variance to all of you this week, once I dig it up.
It would be helpful to have the survey updated, even if it's just you drawn by hand. It seems like it's missing a lot of the stuff that's on the site now, right? Like, it's not showing the pool, it's not showing where you want the shed.
Yeah, sure, that's not a problem.
Okay.
It's not something also that is gotta be on file too, because I have that on there with the, the pool. But I could do a new one with the pool and the shed.
It would be helpful to see, just,
Yeah,
you know.
all right, okay.
So before next meeting, provide that survey so we can look at that one before the meeting.
Right.
And on the 19th morning, we'll plan to be there so if you can mark up the property line and where building you want to see, put one, it'll be helpful. What else? And we'll arrange a public hearing on August 22nd. Okay.
It would be useful to have a location in mind that's 5 feet minimum off the property.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah, I
about
can
that.
move it
We
over
can talk
5
about
feet.
Yeah, I mean, 1 foot is unlikely to be approved, just, we don't want to waste your time.
Right. Yeah, we did it, they already did it once, why can't we do it
that.
again?
Yeah. I think as Barbara pointed out, it's a different thing, right? Swimming pool, which is not structure high. This
Right.
is building,
Okay.
which is significantly
Sure, I
high.
can move it over 5 feet,
So,
that's not an issue at all.
So we have to publish all those things before the next meeting. So that one will be done, and then we can meet again.
We have to ask Mr. De Cicero to republish?
No,
He hasn't published yet.
It's not
It
published
hasn't.
yet, so, right?
but I think the rule here, so Julius had to republish because he published for this much variance, and now he wants that much. So the neighbors have the right to know he's increasing it by 10 feet. He's gonna publish for 1 foot, and if anything, it'll be 1 foot or or it'll come in.
He's
Right.
decreasing.
Right,
Decreasing, right.
decreasing, so you can always decrease.
Okay.
So I think you have some,
I'm gonna update that.
Right.
okay.
So I'll give you stuff I know, some more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be it won't be published for at least 2 weeks.
Should
You
be
don't
able to
have
set the public
sign
hearing,
up
right?
until the
We
week
have to set the
before.
public hearing.
I think he did.
Oh, not
Just
tomorrow?
mentioned, but not,
Okay,
we don't have a vote on or anything.
okay, till next week. Okay, tomorrow. All right. Daddy, I'm done here? No, am I done?
We don't have, so I said that, yeah.
Done?
I'm sorry?
Is there anything else, Barb? that we-
No, that's it.
So
Okay.
we'll see you on 19th at the property, and on 22nd, we'll have public hearing, and the time you will be here, so we
Okay.
can discuss if
All
any
right.
new questions.
You
we
can
have.
mark out the lines as specific as possible, your property line, and where you're gonna put the shed.
Yep.
So, a lot of times people put chalk or paint
Okay,
where the sheds are gonna be, and
Right.
okay. All
it'll be
right,
very helpful.
you got it, I'll do it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. The next item is appeal number 23-7801, area variance, Frank and Carol Barsi, Barassi, seeking an area variance, section 240-37 and 240-53B4 of district regulation in R3A zoning district, where 40 feet to the left side property line is required. Applicant can provide 35 feet for the construction of new addition, thus requesting 5 feet of variance. Second, where no more than 35% of current square foot can be used or maximum 1,000 square foot of the accessory apartment, applicant is proposing an accessory apartment of 1,568 square foot, thus requesting variance of 568 square foot. This apartment is 1,148 square foot on main floor with 420 square foot loft above. Third, where 50 feet to the rear property line is required, applicant can provide 28 feet for legalizing an existing above-ground pool, thus requesting variance of 22 feet. Fourth, where 50 feet to the rear property line is required, applicant can provide 32 feet for legalizing existing pool deck, thus requesting variance of 18 feet. The property is located at 36 Smith Crossing Road on 4.7 acres and is identified as a tax grid number 6359-03-102389 in the town of Wappinger. Can the applicant or, okay?
Good evening, Alfred Capelli, architect, representing Frank and Carol Barassi. I have enlarged plans here of everything that you have in your packet. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to review the application, the narrative, et cetera, et cetera. I can go through it one step at a time and tell you what we're doing here. Is that okay?
Yep. Yes. Yep.
So let's start with the property. We have a 4.66 acre parcel, triangular in shape on Smith Crossing Road. And you can see the house is shoved for one reason or another all the way into the back of the triangle. This particular lot, along with several other lots a little bit further down Smith Crossing Road, I don't want to say recently, was rezoned from 1 acre. That whole area was 1 acre zoning when Mr. Barassi built the house some 30-odd years ago. And the farm that's to the north of it, along with several other parcels, I guess in the town or the planner's infinite wisdom, they decided to rezone some of the parcels. This particular parcel is paying the penalty now because he would meet the setbacks if not for that. But we're here today with a 3-acre zone, and those are the cards that we're dealing with. Mr. Barassi and Mr. and Mrs. Barassi are looking to put a mother-daughter apartment for themselves. They currently live in the home. They're going to have their daughter take title to the home. They want to build an apartment behind the existing house, to the rear and to the left. And unfortunately, given the proximity of where we are, it's kind of tough to squeeze everything in. That's only one aspect of the variance. I'm going to show you the floor plan that we came up with just to illustrate exactly what we're doing here. The drawing on the side. I've tried to color code it for purposes of having you guys understand it a little bit better. So down at the bottom, in gray there, if you will, is the existing garage. The existing house is to the right of that, which is not shown on this plan. You have another plan, small plan, showing the existing house, basement, first floor, and second floor. This area here that I'm pointing to is the garage, 24 by 26, which is being converted into a family room as part of the main house. In order to create a garage of some sort for the house, what you see here in orange to the left is a 24 by 24 two-car garage. What you see outlined in red is what we're calling the mother-daughter apartment. We have a side entrance here, mudroom if you will, that the daughter will use to enter the house, that the mother and father will use to enter their apartment, and also as a common thoroughfare, whoever gets dibs on the garage, so to speak. So what we're proposing here is a kitchen, dining area, and living area, and a bedroom and a bathroom. Nothing more, nothing less. Yep, we breached the 1,000 square foot maximum. You can't get a heck of a lot for 1,000 square feet. Mind you, the people are coming from a huge home. We don't want to shove them into a little cigar box. But be that as it may, they feel comfortable with this size. The loft is above the master bedroom, if you will, that is overlooking the living room, kitchen, and dining area. So that kind of illustrates the layout of the land, so to speak.
Do you have a combined plan that shows the entire, this
Yes.
entire floor?
Yes, we
'Cause
do.
I don't see that I have that in my package, do you?
You have that in your
No, I
package,
didn't
right?
see that.
I don't think we do, no.
Yeah, you should have
I have that's the existing house, right?
the existing house.
Do you have a plan that shows the existing house and their proposed all in one plan?
No.
Is that something we could see?
That's yeah, sure. If you feel that helps in making a decision, we have the existing house.
I mean, one of the considerations is always how it can eventually be turned back into a one-family should the unit no longer be occupied. So it's useful to see the entire plan.
That's fine, not a problem. I can give that to you, and that's, and I've had the conversation with the zoning administrator about that. That condition and that situation occurs on every mother-daughter that is created.
Yep.
The fact that the kitchen is there, and if it's no longer used by the applicant now or future family members, the kitchen has to be removed, period. And if it has to be made, if it's part of the stipulation of final approval, then it is what it is. My clients understand that. They know that. They have no problem with that. But again, I'll give you one large plan. Illustration, I have the elevations, but just to give you an idea of the existing house, garage, and the main body of the house. It's a Cape Cod design. Most of our addition is behind the existing garage. What you see from the street, which you really can't see from the street because you're 600 or 700 foot back, is the face of a two-car garage. So again, from I don't want to say an aesthetic point of view, an architectural point of view, it's look like you're seeing this huge addition. Which again, if it wasn't a mother-daughter, I can put 10,000 square feet here, addition. It's only the fact that we're a mother-daughter where we're limited to 1,000 square feet. Be that as it may. So that's one item. Basically, we have the setback issue with regards to the property line here. The existing house is 49.6 feet, and the garage juts out to 35 feet to the property line. I need 40 feet in a 3-acre zone. There's nothing I can do. We have the issues with the size of the apartment, which the owners would prefer not to reduce the footprint of the apartment, although I did discuss with them about the loft, because I understand there's been previous applications where a loft has been questioned, so we can discuss that. Two of the last items that are on our application is a pre-existing above-ground swimming pool and pool deck that was built 20 years ago. I don't know how many years ago. It's probably in the file. That encroaches on the setback. Again, one questions during the 1-acre days, and we're not in the 1-acre days, whether that pool and that deck would meet the requirements of the setback. I think they would have, because this would have been the rear yard. This would have been considered a side yard. I only needed 25 feet.
Did you know the age that pool would have been built?
Excuse me?
Did you know the age of the pool?
I don't know. Barbara, do you know the?
Well, the pool wasn't legal.
The pool, yeah. But
They never took permits out.
They never took pool, yes.
So that's part of
Oh, I see. So
why,
because
at
never
the
took the
time,
permit,
it
right?
may have been legal
Yeah.
if they would have taken permits. But now
Yes.
they need to legalize it, and they have to meet today's standards.
The
It
current
probably would have
standard.
been, maybe at the time, if they took the permits, it would have been a non-issue.
Yes.
So we filed for the mother-daughter and the addition, and then Barbara brought to our attention, whoops, we have a little hiccup here
Yeah.
with regards to the pool and the
Deck.
pool deck, just what I need. Add a couple more things to the variance. But be that as it may. So, so we have that, that's there, it's been there. when you come to make the site visit, you'll see it's not a new pool, it's not a new deck, it's,
And
Kind
the site has well and septic,
the site has well and septic, yes.
and you're adding, it looks like 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and 2 laundries?
That's exactly right, but we don't size septics based on numbers of kitchens or bathrooms. We
But you
size
will
it
have to go to the health
based on
department,
bedrooms.
right? You still have to, because you're adding a bedroom.
Okay, so one of the items that is illustrated here on this plan is in a traditional Cape Cod, you have 2 bedrooms down and 2 bedrooms upstairs. Currently, they literally took the wall down on one of the bedrooms downstairs. It's considered a living room because it's open up to everything. It's a 4-bedroom set, oh, I don't know about that, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-bedroom septic, so I have 3 bedrooms, I'm adding 1 bedroom. So that's what we have there. So will the intensity be greater? There's probably no doubt that it's gonna be greater, but whether I put in, again, not to be argumentative, but I have the conversation all the time. I can put in 15 bathrooms and it doesn't affect the septic system, but be that as it may. So I have all of this myriad of issues going on here. And that's where we are. That's my
Al, is there a basement?
presentation.
Are you putting a basement
A
in?
crawl space underneath the addition.
Just a crawl space?
Yes,
for the
just a
whole
crawl
thing?
space, correct.
So it would be useful to have a combined plan for each level. So a plan of the loft, plan of the first floor.
I can do that, but the second floor just don't connect. I mean, if you want
Still
the,
useful to see.
that's fine, that's what you want to see, I'll give it to you. I'm not gonna not give it to you.
And
There is no second floor per se, there's a loft.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm not,
Right.
so there is no second floor. And again, here's the second floor that currently exists. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a bonus room above the existing garage. That's what's there right now. But I can do whatever you want to do.
Great. And there's laundry in the basement as well, so there's going to be 3 laundry rooms?
What we're doing right now is the laundry, we're going to be having 2 laundry areas. There's going to be a laundry closet in the back of the closet room, whatever you want, in the back of the family room.
I mean, I ask this because the
Yes.
family room looks like it's part of the in-law suite.
No, the family room is part of the,
Okay.
yeah, no, that's done purposely,
Yeah.
because there's one living area.
I mean, it's a family room with a full bathroom and a laundry. It looks like it could be a bedroom.
The family room
Yeah.
with a fireplace,
Yeah.
20 by 20, I mean, if you want to argue the point, that's fine. There's a washer dryer, there's a washer dryer to the rear of, I guess you can make that argument that every room that I put that I have a bathroom on could be a bedroom, but be that as it may. We have a laundry area here behind closet doors for the daughter, and we have a stackable, or here, we decided to make them stackable, but it's a side-by-side shown here on this plan, closet outside the bathroom for Frank and Carol. So there's 2 laundry areas, so to speak.
So, okay, so current laundry is only in the main house, right?
That's
Main
correct,
building.
right,
Okay.
because this is all a figment of our imagination, right? Right now. Even this here, this is currently a
The
2-car
garage.
garage, unfinished.
Yeah.
So this is all new.
And-
So I think what Dave was asking for would be good, helpful for us.
No problem.
Other than that, I don't
Just
think
makes-
I have any other
Just
questions.
makes more work for me, that's all.
Sorry. Well, you get paid all those big bucks.
All right.
Yeah, even if it's diagrammatic, to
That's
the.
fine.
Yeah, it
no
doesn't have to be
problem. It's
specific.
no big deal. I can do whatever. I don't know if it's gonna fit, so it may be a smaller scale, but whatever.
Any other
Yeah,
question?
just to get an idea.
Sure. Not a problem.
Any other question?
Yeah, I mean, I guess then the intent is that at some point the kitchen would come out, that would be a master bedroom suite of some kind. That's kind
It
of,
could be, well, it could be all kinds of things, absolutely 100%. You know, the family room could remain a TV room, and that could be a party room, a game room, a TV, ping pong, pool table, it's two-story, blah, blah, blah. It certainly could be that. One of the grown-up kids of the daughter currently, when they get to be teenage, if anything ever happened to Frank and Carol, maybe he wants to have his own little thing over there. I don't know if there's anything saying that without that kitchen, that can't be done. So, I wouldn't even need to be here today if it wasn't for the kitchen, right? As far as this is
yeah,
concerned.
probably not.
Right? I wouldn't even have to, so we're trying to do it the right way, right? So,
Finally, right?
Always a good idea.
Swimming pool always done without permit, so
It's a headache,
it's good to
yeah.
do it up front. Otherwise, we'll have the same problem again when they try to sell it. So better to do it now.
there's no doubt, and again, Barbara and I have had the conversations,
Right.
and we go back and forth, and yeah, the kitchen,
Yeah,
it's an issue in the town of Wappingers,
right. That's okay.
so.
All right, so,
Yeah.
You have anything? that
You have to file the deed at the county, and if you wanted to file that as an added stipulation, I mean, not that it takes you still have to be watchdogs and policemen, but at least when they do a title search for the new owners, should it ever be sold, it's gonna come up at that time that, whoops, there's a second kitchen there, and they're not supposed to do it, or
That's
else the
all.
new people have to go through the same procedure of filing the mother-daughter paperwork, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully, doing it that way, it gets picked up by somewhere, and there's another police watchdog, other than you guys, that may pick up on it. I'm guessing, right?
So unfortunately, as good as that sounds,
Yeah.
it doesn't always work. Because I don't know who some of these attorneys are.
yes,
They're not looking, and we have a problem. I would like, in this instant, because I'm going to change the accessory apartment, that anyone going forward is going to have a notarized letter that their attorney prepares, that they understand the kitchen has to be removed.
And I
So-
spoke to my clients, and they have no
Yes.
problem with that. These
Only
people here,
because I've
Yeah.
actually worked here long enough
absolutely.
that the same people I helped get an accessory apartment gave my staff a hard time saying, no one ever told me I had to take the kitchen out until I come out of my office and go, remember me? And B can tell you, I'm very clear, right?
I think we should make a stipulation that when we
There
approve.
can't be
Right.
a misconception,
Right,
because
yes.
we've had very expensive kitchens go in, and as a woman who likes
Right,
my
true.
kitchen, I can get where you wouldn't want to remove it.
Mhm.
But that is our law, and
Right.
other towns don't, some towns don't require that.
Yes, true.
So I think a lot of attorneys maybe are unaware that our law is different than, say, town of Poughkeepsie.
Right, yes,
So
They should be aware.
right.
don't go there.
All right, so, as you said, before the next meeting, maybe 2 weeks or 10 days before the meeting, provide us the new diagram, so we have time to digest. And we plan to come to take a site visit on August 19th at 9:30 or so, 9:20 or so. And
Can you stake out the addition?
Yeah.
We've done it, we've been
Great.
here, done that, so of course we do that for you.
Good.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
We know the routine.
Good. And public hearing will be on 22nd, August 22nd.
Not a problem. And hopefully we have a quorum.
Hopefully.
Well, we
right.
have
Everyone is
Summer-
supposed to be
summer-
here.
Yeah, right.
Right? No one's,
It's tough
no one has said
summertime,
they're out.
Yeah.
so I hope
Not
I'm
at
gonna
this
be
point.
around.
Yeah.
Me too.
It should be
Okay.
next meeting should be a busy one.
Any other
So-
questions?
Yeah.
Any other?
I don't have any more
No,
questions.
that is right, right.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like we are all done for today.
Thank you,
Agenda.
Al.
Just come, he
Want
has to
to-
change some
So,
paperwork.
motion to
Want to motion to
close.
close the meeting today?
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, motion to adjourn?
Well,
Yeah.
we decided to take the eighth
Second?
as a summer.
Aye.
Yeah, that,
Who motion to close?
Yes.
Motion to close,
Yeah,
yes.
we just did.
All right, who was on
Motion
first?
to
What's the
close.
second?
We were talking amongst ourselves.
And?
We'll do it
Yeah,
again.
motion to close.
I'd like to
by
make a motion
David.
to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah,
Second.
adjourn.
Very good.
Thank you. Great.